Hello everyone, welcome back, and today I want to talk about 3-wide wall hipsters. So I came up with a new layout a while back, and this is the first result of that. So there's the closing, and there's the opening, so it's pretty fast. Doesn't really use too many zero ticks or anything, so it can be sped up quite a lot. It's also pretty big. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. But eventually I decided I wanted to speed this up and basically make this as fast as it can be. So this right here is my first attempt at that, and I abandoned it because I came across a problem that I couldn't fix with the circuitry the way I had it. So then eventually I made this, and I decided not only do I want it to be as fast as it can be, but also pretty much as small as it can be. So this is a setup size, so this here is the top, and at the bottom here this is part of a clock that that you need for this for the circuitry, and that's 7 wide, and here we have the inputs for the back pistons. So this one opens in 2 seconds exactly, so it's pretty damn fast. And I'm pretty happy with the size as well. It has a nice footprint, it's pretty dense, especially at the bottom. There's a big gaping hole here, but it's pretty good. So yeah, let's take a look at the layout and the setup and stuff. So I have the layout right here. Let's clean this up a little bit. So this is pretty much the layout. This is a bit further away than it is in the actual door itself, but it doesn't really matter how far away it is. You could have those pistons here as well. Oops. And you could get it to work, but you need a bit more space than this for the inputs. So in the actual door I have the pistons here, and this was as slim as I could get it. So this is the layout. It's actually pretty simple, but it's really efficient. So yeah, I'm gonna walk through how this works. So the closing is pretty simple. Push in the blocks and push them forward. There you go. And for the opening, there is a particular set of moves that comes back a lot, for which I use a clock. And that particular set of moves is 0 tick these pistons, and in the same tick 0 tick these pistons. So that comes back a lot in the opening sequence, and yeah, I'm just gonna show the opening sequence now. So this retracts, and then that is the first one, and then it happens again. So all this happened like within 6 game ticks, so there you go. And then this will retract that. This also pushes forward in the same tick, and then it's retracted back again. But it's done so quickly that it only pulses once. This retracts and then that retracts as well. Then we have that one set of moves again, and again, and again. And then this retracts, and this retracts, and in the same tick we get an instant double extension. Then the observers here are powering, so that does the retraction pretty much of the blocks, and then retracts further. And that's pretty much how it works. That's all there is to it, except, well, there's a lot of wiring. But that's basically what happens. And something I discovered after I finished it as well is there's a hidden tape in this door. So if you pay attention to that block, and in the next cycle it will move up one block, and it'll keep doing that until it reaches the top, and then it'll go down this row and eventually end up back there. So I thought that was quite amusing. Yeah, so let's take a look at the setup. So to make life easier for myself, I did a couple interesting things for the setup. So, for example, every time I have to power this row, I do that through these observers. So I just power this one line, update all the observers, and then there is a zero tick monostable hidden in here. So the observer powers this block, so that piston powers, and this one is butted, so it updates, and this one is butted as well, it also updates, and then the pillar is moved up, so that now the pistons are no longer powered. And then there is this smart piston up here. So that makes it pretty easy. Also because these pistons only update when something is moving up here. So I use that as well for the triple extender. When the back pistons instantly push forward, I need some more event delay before these pistons extend, and well, that pretty much takes care of it, because only when the pistons are extended and start extending will this update. I don't know if this even makes sense what I'm saying, but yeah, I hope you get it. And this back here is pretty interesting as well, I think. So these back pistons have to zero tick twice in 4 game ticks, so instead of just having 2 monostables running into a redstone dust input, I use these observers. So what happens here is these rails are powered and they update not every observer, but every second observer. So that powers the back pistons, and then in the same tick as well, this pillar is pushed down, so it creates a zero tick. But there are still some observers that haven't powered, so when the pillar is down here, those observers will power and then create the second zero tick. So then you have 2 zero ticks for 4 game ticks apart. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about the inputs, and now I wanted to talk about this clock. So I got this clock from Deco and Sydney. They used it in their Thunderbolt 5x5. I'm not sure if they came up with it or if they got it from somewhere else, but That's where I got it from. And it does this, so it's not really possible to see what's going on, but it creates two zerotic pulses that are like far enough apart that you can do fancy stuff. Let's see if this is... No, this is the wrong way around. So it should be like this, I think. So it creates two zerotic pulses, and it will pretty much retract both of these blocks instantly. Yep. So that's basically that set of moves that I was talking about when I showed how the layout works. And yeah, this is incredibly useful. So I pretty much use this to do the majority of the sequence in the door. And then there are some extra moves. But yeah, that's basically what allows me to make it as compact as it is. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and if you want a tutorial, just leave a comment. If I get lots of requests, I'll consider it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.